In an era where celebrity interactions often feel curated for viral gold or contractual obligation, Glen Powell's recent act of extraordinary kindness stands as a beacon of genuine connection, bridging the chasm between Hollywood's elite and the everyday heroes who keep the world turning. The rising star, whose boyish charm and magnetic screen presence have propelled him from supporting roles to leading man status in blockbusters that redefine summer cinema, turned a long-simmering personal anecdote into a public celebration of perseverance during his inaugural turn as host of a legendary late-night sketch program. What began as a casual encounter with a package delivery professional 4 years prior blossomed into a full-circle moment of redemption, underscoring Powell's belief that true success is measured not in box office hauls but in the lives touched along the way. Rewind to late 2021, a period when the world was still clawing its way out of pandemic-induced upheaval, and Powell was riding a wave of anticipation for what promised to be a career-defining film. Eager to share the buzz, he found himself at home, packages in tow, when a familiar face from the United Parcel Service knocked on his door. The driver, an affable everyman named Mitch, became the unwitting recipient of Powell's unbridled excitement. Tales of an impending hosting gig on the venerated comedy institution, complete with a spontaneous selfie to immortalize the moment. Powell implored Mitch to tune in, his enthusiasm as infectious as the film's aerial thrills. But as fate would have it, delays in production, echoes of a global health crisis that reshuffled release calendars, scuttled the plans. Another comedian stepped in, and Powell's dream deferred left him nursing not just professional disappointment but a peculiar pang of personal embarrassment. In the driver's eyes, he feared he had morphed from credible actor to fabulist, a star whose stories rang hollow. That seed of unease took root over the ensuing years, a quiet itch amid Powell's ascent, critically lauded turns in high-octane adventures, romantic entanglements that sizzle on screen, and a charisma that makes every red carpet stride feel like an invitation to the party. Yet, the memory of Mitch lingered, a reminder that fame's facade crumbles without authenticity. When the hosting opportunity resurfaced, this time aligned with the promotion of an ambitious action revival project, Powell resolved to rectify the rift. Enlisting his sisters as amateur detectives, he armed them with Mitch's contact details gleaned from that fateful delivery slip. What followed was a meticulously orchestrated surprise, an all-expenses-paid flight to the bustling heart of New York City, where the sketch show's storied studio awaited. Powell, ever the pragmatist, opted for economy seating, coach class, as he quipped, tempering extravagance with the uncertainty of his latest venture's reception. Mitch, initially skeptical and branding the overture a potential hoax, relented, drawn by the persistence of Powell's plea. The payoff unfolded under the glare of studio lights, where Powell commandeered the monologue stage not for self-aggrandizement but shared vindication. Spotting Mitch in the front row, he beckoned him forward, transforming a private promise into a communal toast. The audience, primed for satire, erupted in applause for the unassuming guest, their cheers a chorus of appreciation for the underdog's elevation. Powell, with disarming wit, recaptured the essence of their original snapshot, posing anew to bring their story full circle. In that instant, the narrative transcended anecdote, becoming a parable of patience rewarded. If I have learned anything, Powell reflected, his tone laced with wry wisdom, it is that the best things in life don't happen overnight. And no one knows that better than UPS. The line, a playful jab at the delivery giant's slogan, landed with precision, eliciting laughter that bridged the gap between performer and patron. This gesture's profundity lies in its simplicity, a refusal to let a minor slight fester into regret, elevated by Powell's platform into something inspirational. Mitch, the archetype of the working-class stalwart, embodies the invisible labor that underpins celebrity's sheen. The dawn departures, the relentless routes, the fleeting interactions that punctuate otherwise monotonous days. For Powell to remember, pursue, and honor him speaks volumes about character forged in the fires of early struggles, from Texas theater kid to silver screen sensation. It evokes a lineage of stars who prioritize heart over hype, reminding us that vulnerability is the ultimate connector. Imagine Mitch's journey, the disbelief upon receiving the call, the nervous flight eastward, the surreal step into a world of cue cards and canned applause. His presence validated not just Powell's word but the intrinsic worth of every encounter, no matter how ephemeral. Broader still, Powell's initiative spotlights the redemptive arc of deferred dreams, a theme resonant in an industry notorious for its volatility. The original cancellation, a casualty of unforeseen global tides, mirrors countless pivots actors endure, auditions ghosted, roles recast, premieres postponed. Yet, Powell's response flips the script. Rather than bitterness, he cultivates benevolence, using his spotlight to illuminate another's narrative. This philosophy permeates his oeuvre, where characters often grapple with second chances, their triumphs hard-won through humility. In hosting the show, Powell infused sketches with a similar ethos, self-deprecating bits that poked fun at his own meteoric rise, ensuring the evening felt inclusive rather than insular. As the night wound down, with Mitch ensconced in the afterglow of an experience few could claim, one ponders the ripple effects. For Powell, it's closure laced with camaraderie, a chapter bookended by snapshots that chronicle growth. For fans, it's a masterclass in graciousness, challenging the cynicism that celebrity equates to entitlement. In a cultural moment starved for sincerity, this tale reaffirms that the most compelling stories unfold off-script, in the quiet commitments that echo louder than any punchline. Powell's flight of fancy, literal and figurative, not only mended a 4-year-old misunderstanding but soared as a testament to timing's grace, proving that some deliveries, delayed though they may be, arrive precisely when needed most.